I work in Amherst, and I live in Merrimack, and where I work, my cell reception is absolutely horrible. At my desk, I look at my phone, I have no bars. I have to walk outside down the parking lot to get a signal in the middle of Amherst, near Walmart. It's crazy. But anyway, let's talk about cell phone reception for a while. How about that? Okay. Right. Welcome back to GrokTALK. We're talking to Dave DeVoy. He's running for county commissioner in Belknap County. I'm not here with Skip Murphy. Here's Skip right here. Hi, Skip. Okay. Never say hi, Skip. Skip's not here. And Jane Cormier and Mike Rogers are here with me. And it's nice. We want to shake up the rotation a little bit, get a few new voices in here. And, of course, that's why we're talking to Dave. So, continue.
So District 1, and Dave, why don't we get some of your contact information out there? You can't say it enough.
All right. My website's davedevoy.com. And on that website, you get my cell phone. You can send me an email. I'm pretty easy to get in touch with. And I can tell you, I mailed out a lot of postcards to people, and I actually got a call back from a fellow Army veteran who just reached out to me, and he saw that I was a veteran. He just was having a hard time, and he wanted to talk to me about what was going on with his life, and he had difficulties with the job and stuff like that. So I'm easy to find, and he found me just by getting that postcard in the mail, looking at my website, and I set him in the right direction. I told him what I thought he should be doing, and I told him to call me back.
Good for you.
Let me know how
Access.
he's doing, because there's a lot of people out there that are struggling right now.
Absolutely, and when you have folks that are willing to to serve in public office, and they're accessible, that's a huge thing, because we know that there are plenty of people out there that do not do that do not want to be accessible. They like being insulated. So.
Hey, I got a question for you, Dave. Now, this is something that I hear a lot about all the time, and I don't really necessarily know a heck of a lot about it, but nursing homes are apparently a huge problem in this state. Do you want to talk to that and speak to that?
I'm not an expert with nursing homes, but I do know that, there's a lot of people are worried in Belknap County, at least the people on the left, to make it seem like people aren't being taken care of. What I want to do is meet with Matt Loeb, who's the county nursing home administrator, who was fired and then reinstated by the delegation.
Yay!
Which I thought was good. I went to his hearing, and there's a lot of things that bothered me that what had happened to him, and it just wasn't right.
Absolutely right.
And so when the delegation rehired him back, the county administrators put him on paid administrative leave, and now I believe they're going to sue to the state Supreme Court.
Oh, I'll bet they will. They just love to sue. That county administration ought to be ashamed of themselves, particularly Deb Shackett, I'll use the name, because you know what? They have not served the constituents. She has said many times, well, I don't work for the constituents, I work for the commissioners, and I beg to differ. It is the taxpayers that pay her salary, and it's disgusting what they did to Matt Logue, in my opinion, and I'm glad that the delegation stood firm and tried to get his job back, because that was terrible what happened.
Let me tell you a couple of things that happened. He got off to a bad start right from the beginning. Deb Shackett was running the nursing home for about 8 months, and then he was hired. He gets to work the first week. Deb Shackett says to him, okay, you have 5 annual reports to write on employees, like the performance reports. He said, I can't do that. I don't even know these people's names, and you want me to write them? It was Deb Shackett's job to do that.
Right.
But because he pushed back and said, listen, this isn't right, he was already immediately in the doghouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, boy, let me tell you, Deb Shackett stories, they abound, but I really do believe that there was such animus against this man, and I do believe that he was trying to do the right thing for that nursing home in Belknap. I think that he is a good administrator, and I think, even more importantly, he's a good man, and he's getting a shakedown.
He seems like a real good man. And, let me give my daughter some money for a second here. Hold on.
Sure.
Sure. We'll remind our listeners to visit GrokTALK.com and cdc.org.
And Dave is in transit, and he's got a very good headset on there, because we can't hear the road noise.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Good. Okay.
So I'm back. What I want to tell you, too, is
the Dave DeVoy ATM is now closed.
Okay, good. All right. So one of the things they did to him, too, is he knew what the delegation approved for money for his department, and the county commissioners were taking it, and I think he provided pushback on that because he believed that was appropriated to him.
Well, absolutely.
For that.
Part of the money that they were paying Deb Shackett's salary because they couldn't appropriate it all in one vein, from what I recall in the budget. They were taking money out of the nursing home budget to pay her some more money. And she, regardless of whether that's the amount you're talking about or whatever, the fact of the matter is that nursing home was becoming a banking system for moving money around within the budget in Belknap District, and that is wrong. And that's
Right.
why the court backed up the delegation, not once but twice, in saying that they were right to bring that suit against the commissioners. They were not abiding by RSA 2414 by being careful to not move line items. They were wrong. They didn't like it, and so they've been smacking people that have been speaking out ever since.
Right. And the other thing that they did to this guy was he was counseled because he was talking to delegation members, and Deb Shackey didn't think he knew enough about the nursing home to talk to him, even though he'd been in the nursing home business for a real long time.
Yes.
So it's just, after sitting there, I wasn't there for the full 6.5 hours. I was there for like the first hour and a half, but
Wow.
I had heard enough. And, I have a real job. I go to work every day, and I went to work after that. But I'm really glad that they reinstated him. But I want to spend time talking to him and say, hey, listen, what do you think we need to do? And also, I went to college with somebody that runs a fairly large nursing home in Concord, and we actually grew up in the same hometown together. I'm going to use him as a resource to say, hey, what's going on, and
Wonderful.
compare apples to apples.
Yeah.
And to try to get educated on the issue. But I'm at this point, I'm no expert on the nursing home business right now.
Well, you don't really have to be an expert. You just have to be able to delegate and listen and make good decisions that are common sense for the taxpayer. That's your job.
Yep.
Sure. So Dave, as we're getting towards the end of the segment, we don't want to run out of time. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your philosophy as for what you do as commissioner, and how the listeners can get a hold of you, donate to you, et cetera. We got maybe 5 minutes left.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that we cover your philosophy and your contact information.
Okay. Well, go to DaveDeVoy.com, but my cell phone number is 603-455-8408. And if you want to donate to Dave DeVoy, it's Dave DeVoy 2014 at P.O. Box 280, and that's in Samberton, New Hampshire, 03269. The way I want to govern is in the counties. Obviously, I want to treat everybody fairly. People are a very important asset to any organization, but I want to make sure things are running efficiently. And I really don't. I think we're all taxed enough, and somehow we can't be taxed anymore, and we need to take the size of government and shrink it down. And if someone retires, then we can reorganize and eliminate that position, then I'm all for that. And but we have real needs to be taken care of in the county, and I'll make sure they're taken care of. And I'll listen to everybody. I'll be polite to everybody. But at the end of the day, I don't have a problem making a decision.
There you go. There you go. And
So
you're a good
something
man,
else
Dave.
something else you get from your military training, I think, the ability to assess a situation and make a decision.
There you go.
Right. Not afraid to do that. And the other thing with this jail thing is like the county commissioners tried hiding behind a committee. A committee's not going to vote and tell me what to do. The three commissioners are going to vote, and there may be a committee to provide input, but at the end of the day, their votes don't count. It's the three county commissioners that are going to make
Correct.
a decision.
Correct.
and
Good
decide
point.
the direction we're going to go.
Good for you. Good
So,
for you. Well, David DeVoy, I hope that you kick ass in this because you would be an awesome Belknap County Commissioner. We need people that aren't afraid to make the tough decisions. We need people that will be in the process of discussing everything polite and listening. You're gonna rock the world, and I am 100% behind what you can bring to Belknap. I almost wish I was back there living again so I could vote for you.
Thank you, Jane. And the big thing I want to say one more time is I need help at the polls. So if anybody wants to hold a sign for me, I have 8 voting districts. 6 in Laconia, 1 in Samberton, and 1 in New Hampton. So please contact me. I'm trying to put together a list of people that can hold signs. Because I can tell you right now, the last election I watched the Democrats. They were very disciplined, organized, and they were scheduled. People had shown up, and they swapped the signs. Somebody put the signs together with them because they actually had the community with written on that. So they were made somewhere else. They were delivered, and people fell in line.
Sure.
as Republicans, when I just didn't see us joining together much as a
community
team.
organizing, right?
Right.
But you know what, Dave DeVoy, I will be there to hold signs. I will get on your website and I'll sign up because I definitely will be in Sandborton to hold some signs for you.
And of course, you won't be in Hooksett to hold signs for Boot Him Out.
Sorry.
All right, Dave, thanks for taking so much time to talk to us, even while you were a busy dad, and we wish you good luck.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Bye,
All right,
Dave.
We'll see you.
Yeah.
All right, that was Dave DeVoy. He's running for county commissioner in Belknap County. Sounds like a great guy. We'll put some contact information up on the website, see if you guys can go out there and give him a hand.
Yes.
Help the man out, because it sounds like he's trying not to just, do the right thing and save the taxpayers some money, but do right by the prisoners and do right by the nursing homes and do right by,
And if you knew how difficult it's been to be able to sit and listen to those commissioners this past 2 years, I mean, we're talking deep-seated, truly corrupt. And this guy's standing up and saying enough. Man, we have to support those people. It's hard to stand up and say enough. So
it is, because the same organization that they used for the sign holding is the organization that they used to tear you down.
That's right.
And to create an environment where people who are outside going, oh God, I don't ever want to be in there.
Yeah.
Which just keeps them out.
That's right.
And then the bad people keep coming in because they're the
Flooding
only ones
in.
that are accepted.
That's right.
They come in and be part of that.
Yep.
And that's at every level of government.
You're
It
right.
happens in Washington. It happens in Concord. It happens at your county level. It happens in your towns.
Absolutely.
When I was doing New Hampshire Taxpayer Radio, and I was there with Ed Nail every week, we used to talk about the embezzlers and the dirty politicians inside the town committees, and inside the select boards,
Right.
and the people who worked for them, and the games that they play. It's the same game.
It
All
is.
politics is local, including the game playing and the corruption.
Yeah.
You have
And
to
the
understand.
master is fear. The master is fear for those that know what's going on, but they're fearful to get in the game because there's such a push against them.
It's the same fear that moderate Muslims have. They're afraid to speak out because they know they could end up beheaded or stoned, or their family could get killed, or they could get pressured into doing things. The Democrats aren't going to do that to you, but they're going to create a hostile work environment
Sure they will.
where you just aren't going to want to be. And anybody who's ever been in a hostile work environment understands what that's like.
Right.
Now, didn't Democrats write laws to make a hostile work environment illegal?
Bullying is bad unless you're a Democrat.
That's
So,
right.
if you're a CNN anchor, you can laugh at Bristol Paling being dragged through a park by an assailant.
Yeah. That's
If it was
funny.
Hillary Clinton, Lord help us, what would have happened? So this is GrokTALK. I'm here with Jane Cormier and Mike Rogers. And coming up next, Christine Visenjak will be with us to talk about New Hampshire House race. And this is GrokTALK. We'll be right back.
Senator Jeanne Shaheen said, if you like your current health plan, you can keep it. That's not true, Senator. 22,000 New Hampshire citizens have been kicked off their insurance plans. Hospitals in Rochester, Concord, and Portsmouth, they aren't allowed to provide care under the exchange. Senator, you were wrong in your comments. You should apologize for your misleading remarks. I'm calling Senator Shaheen at 750-3004 and telling her I want my doctor back. You should too.
Paid for by SaberPac.org, not authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
We are struggling. Rising healthcare costs are part of the problem. Senator Jeanne Shaheen helped create this mess we're in. As a state senator, her bill chased 21 insurers out of our state. It reduced our choices, raised prices for New Hampshire families, and when Jeanne Shaheen supported Obamacare, it limited access to 10 of our 26 hospitals, reducing our choices again. Tell Jeanne Shaheen she's made healthcare worse. Few things are as important as finding the right doctor. And under Obamacare, that's harder than ever. Over a third of our hospitals no longer available. Our doctors no longer covered. Fewer choices, longer drives. No state has been harder hit than us. And even after watching it impact New Hampshire, Congresswoman Ann Custer still supports it. Call Ann Custer. Tell her Obamacare isn't working for New Hampshire.
This is a coalition of New Hampshire taxpayers. We're located at 8 North Main in Concord, New Hampshire. This is a repository for all things conservative and municipal. So if you have a problem in your town, your school, your budget committee, the right to know law, and now at the top of our list is voter fraud. You have a tip for us, some information for us, you want to join or help us out, cnht.org.